Hi there, Greasy Garage Dwellers. I'm Chuck. This is Up Chuck Chops. Thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to work on the kicker on the 2003 Honda Metropolitan. I know I said I was done with this one. I lied again. Here's what I have going on. I suspect that spring is not right. And this one is a little tired. I went to Partzilla and got some new ones. They allege this is the correct part number. And that. They look correct. So we're going to try and put them together. I think most of this will get done by my trusty needle nose. I've had this apart and put it together once, trying to figure out what was up. But try and make note of where everything lays. Okay. Can you see how it kind of folds up funny right there? That's not how the new one looks. They look just the tiniest bit different. But this coil here and that coil there, it looks like the old one sprung. So, here goes nothing. Hmm. We're almost in place there. Should just... Okay. That one's pretty spraddled out compared to the new one. Gave myself a double check there. I believe it goes just like this. Okay. Winner, winner. Now, we gotta get these dudes to mesh, drop together. Oh, I know what the problem is. There we go. I was holding out on that. It still looks all gnarlied up in there. Not real sure about this. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. This gasket is cruddy and beat up, and there's no fluid to leak, so I'm going to put the crack at the bottom. Perhaps it was always ripped. See right there where it stops? Maybe I didn't break it when I took it apart. Maybe I just didn't pay attention. If that's the case, there will be no need for any of the evil RTV. I don't know. Maybe that'll do the trick. Now, before I do too much and forget, I get this little snap ring on. And it doesn't really look like I'm seated all the way. That feels more seated. Okay. I wasn't getting this seated far enough to get my retaining clip snap ring on there. So I left that loose And I'm going to drop in. And I'm still not deep enough yet. Why is it doing that? And I'm going to use this zip tie and see if I can pull that. There we go. Hey, hey, zip tie for the win. Did you see that move? I need those to do the opposite. And I'm not there yet. Bye-bye, zip tie. I said, bye-bye, zip tie. There we go. Perhaps that'll do the trick. Okay, snap ring is on. If you did not see that, I apologize. Appears it's going to do its job. Now, next job. Ah! That could have hurt. My snap ring fell out. Gotta go hunt for one of these, evidently. I found a snap ring of similar size. I don't know if I can get her to work, but we'll give it a go. I'm going to have to reverse this tool. I don't know that I've ever done this. Oh, that's nifty. Did you see that? It hangs like that. With this to block it. Push that in, it drops down. Flip the keeper straight. Don't send the spring flying across the garage. It appears that's what I want it to do. Ah, there we go. When in doubt, screwdriver it out. Okay, that seems to be bit on there pretty good. Now it's seated. Now what I don't know if this is going to work correctly when it engages. Let's see. Get the kicker on enough. I think it's doing the thing. I think now we're ready to go back on the scooter. My experience on covers like this, I work from the inside out. Cool. I'm going to get a little lubrication on that. There we go. I think that's how it's supposed to go. Well, it still doesn't want to return. Excuse the wiggles, my battery died, so I am tethered. So check this out. Okay. Something isn't letting it return, but it's rolling it over. I don't know how to do anything different than what I've done, because unless the spring's backwards. Somebody else may have monkeyed with this before, like everything else. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but the spring is more than enough to move that back. I don't know why that's causing I don't know if this is causing a problem or why it's causing a problem. But it spins fairly easily too. There's a little less shadow on it. But something is binding. So I'm going to give that some assembly lube down in its socket. And I mean, the engine isn't binding. I can spin it over with my fingers. Huh. So we're back on. I peeled the cover off again. Coated everything with some assembly lube. Oh! Turns out, a little lube goes a long way. Winning. Well, folks, turns out little lube job on the inside does a world of difference. I might not have even needed to change that spring, but at least it was only $20 or so. I'm tickled. Just for fun, let's see if it'll kick, and by kick I mean grab it and shove it over. Let's see if it's going to start. I'm not sure if I'm stout enough to hand kick this hard enough to fire off, but we're going to try because I don't want to have to set it down and pick it back up to put the body back together or what I'm going to use of it. I've already primed the fuel pump and hopefully filled the bowl. Let's see if I can punch this really hard and get mad. And since it is Christmas time, a little Christmas, she's a beaut, Clark. So, friends, I think this will about do it for this one. I have a radiator hose to change with another old radiator hose because I'm cheap. Fingers crossed, that'll take care of the leak problem. And I need to get some kind of something put together with zip ties and prayers and tape, whatever it may be, to get me a seat and get the computer covered. And then I'll be ready for a, how do I say, ungovernmental approved test ride, if I leave my yard, so to speak. And then maybe it's time for tags and a really cold rip through town. Stay tuned and keep wrenching. Thanks for watching.